Ron, Jesse, I'm renaming this competition Papa Don't Take No Mess, because it's just the patriarchs of the families going at it in our final round of this competition, where we're sending you back to your home forges to recreate this iconic weapon from history. The Inigo Montoya-inspired rapier. You know the guy. You killed my father. Prepare to forge, all right? Good luck, bladesmiths. We'll see you in 4 days.
I am almost positive that they're going to do some kind of a flex test. So I'm choosing ADC or V2. That should help with that. The hilt is one of the more complex pieces here. I'm actually going to use some really old wrought iron. One of the really nice things about wrought iron is that it's beautiful. My plan is to acid etch so you can see the lines around this thing. I'm working on my normalization. This is make or break. If it works well, I'm all set. I grab hold of it with another pair of tongs and go for it. I am very pleased right now to have at the end of day 1 a quenched blade ready for temper. So far, I'm on track.
After coming out of the temper, I noticed that there was just a slight little yaw in the edge. I can take all that out and grind it today. Next, I'm gonna move on to the hilt. I'm planning on forging all the parts for the hilt out of an old wagon wheel that my grandfather used to own. So I'm flipping it over, and I ended up getting a crack. Got a small crack that's developed in the piece that I was forging for my pommel. I'm gonna try to see if I can get that crack out of it. Luckily, took one more good hot welding heat, and we're good to go. I feel better today than I did on day 1. End of day 2, I'm ready to go put my feet up.
My goal is to actually get done with the blade today. It leaves me 2 days to work on all of the embellishments. I may get into doing some of the hilt work today. I want to see how it goes with the grinding. If I overgrind, I could completely destroy the blade. There's a reason that it took Inigo Montoya's father a year to make this sword. There are so many pieces to this. But for Jessica, I'm gonna get this done in 4 days.
I've got a little bit behind where I would like to be. I'm gonna try to make up a little time. I'm gonna go ahead and forge out my knuckle bow, and hopefully by lunchtime, we can start fabricating the hilt. This hilt's been pretty demanding. There's about 6 different pieces here. We spent a lot of time trying to make sure everything was dialed in. End of day 3, my hilt all came together pretty nicely. Just pulled it out of the etch. Everything looks good. Tomorrow will just be fit and finish.
Last day, I have to get done, well, everything. Now I can focus on getting that really complex handle and hilt all together. I'm forging out these bigger rings that are on the side of the hand. That's eventually going to become this really complex basket. Not perfect, but for day 4, I'll take it. Regardless of the outcome on this thing, I've had a blast making this win, lose, or draw. It's just been so much fun.
Good job.
Thank you.
All right, bladesmiths. My name is Douglas Marcaida. I will kill the dummies. They are prepared to die. To find out what kind of lethal damage your weapons will do, I will take your rapiers and deliver some thrusts and slashes on this ballistics dummy. Ron, you're up first. You ready for this?
Absolutely.
Let's do it. All right, Ron, let's talk about your rapier here. It is a little bit on the heavier side, but it's wieldable. And with a nice swish of a slash, it cuts deeply. Overall, sir, your rapier, it will kill. Good job.
Thank you.
All right, Jesse, it's your turn. You ready, sir?
Yes, sir.
Let's do this.
I'm extremely nervous. I immediately start questioning my heat treat, and just a million things go through your head.
All right, Jesse, let's talk about your blade here. It's about the same weight. The thrusts penetrate all the way, and to slash, well, deep cuts. Overall, sir, your blade will keel.
Thank you, sir. That's what I came to hear.
All right, gentlemen, it's time for the strength test. And yes, I am going to torture your blades. Ron, you're up first.
All right.
You haven't guessed already. It's a flex test.
I'm feeling a little nervous coming into this test. If I left any uneven spots, that could impact the flexibility of that blade.
Good job, man. Good job.
Okay, Ron, that's a brutal test, and you did really well. If you look at your blade, there's the slightest of bend in one direction. Barely noticeable. The dimensions of the guard are spot on.
Thank you.
And it's definitely a strong blade. Nicely done.
Thank you very much.
Jesse, you ready for this?
About as nervous as a long-tailed cat in a room full of rocking chairs, but go ahead.
First things, Jesse, the guard's in the proper scale. Really nicely done. Issue is, you picked up a bit of a bend. Still completely functional, usable blade. Well done.
Thank you.
Bladesmiths, this is the sharpness test. This is all about how sharp your blades and what it does to this dummy. Ron, you're up first. You ready for this?
Yes, sir.
Let's do this. All right, Ron, let's talk about your edge here. This cut through the clothing and right into the foam. And of course, when thrusting, it goes deep. Overall, sir, it will cut.
Thank you.
All right, Jesse, it's your turn, sir. You ready?
Yes, sir.
Let's do this. All right, Jesse, I can still see the little bend it took at the tip, but the edges are razor sharp. On the thrust, it goes deep, it will cut.
Thank you, sir.
Ron, Jesse, you guys have turned in some really quality blades. This is a difficult decision for us to make, and our Forged in Fire champion is Ron. Congratulations. You are the new Forged in Fire champion. Jesse, please surrender your blade.
Not being the Forged in Fire champion is kind of not what I was looking for, but I lost to a heck of a competitor and a heck of a blade.
Well done.
Thank you. I'm very proud of the blade I turned in, but if I made this blade again, I would have took a little more time on my heat treat, made sure I had it perfect. Being able to start this journey with my son was pretty awesome. And I may not be the Forged in Fire champion, but I think I represented my family well.
Ron, congratulations. You are the Forged in Fire champion. You've led your family to this position, and you'll be taking home a check for $10,000. Good job, brother.
From beginning to end, this has been a great experience. So the Hardman House is getting the Forged in Fire Championship.